We're back with Megan Meerdahl, co-founder of Ugly Food of the North, and it's really eye-opening. It just makes me think I should not be throwing away and wasting the food that I have been in the kitchen. You showed us one easy way to make some stock. You have some, let's talk a little bit again about what we may be wasting in our kitchens at home and how we can use it other ways.
Yeah, so we end up throwing so many different foods for so many different reasons. One thing that I like to talk with people a lot about is, you know, I think that when we're throwing away food, we're not really thinking about what we're throwing in the garbage. In addition to throwing the food that's sitting in front of us, we're also throwing away money. The average household of 4 throws away about $2,000 worth of food every year. And I think when folks take home their leftovers from the restaurant, or they might have bought a tin of strawberries that ends up rotting in their fridge and they throw that in the garbage, they aren't thinking about, oh, I just threw away $5, or
right.
Oh, I just threw away $3. So really trying to make that connection with folks that when you are throwing away food, you are throwing away money. And in addition to that, when we think about something like this potato here, it isn't just this potato that you're throwing in the garbage if you don't eat it. There's a farmer that grew this potato that put a lot of time and a lot of energy into that. There's soil, there's natural resources, there's transportation. There's a whole lot that goes into our food beyond just this food. So taking a little time to think about our food and having appreciation for it kind of helps us to step back and say, I really should try and take more steps to not throw my food away.
In the break, I was asking you about freezing stuff, because a lot of times it's, oh my goodness, this is about to go bad.
Yeah.
It's all right, try to catch it quick, throw it in the freezer, and then deal with it, but just don't throw it.
Absolutely. I'm surprised sometimes when people say, can I freeze this? Can I freeze this? You can freeze anything. It is always going to be a loss of quality of the food versus safety. So like if you freeze something like a cheese, for example, like, oh, I'm not going to eat this, I'm going to put it in the freezer, it might come out a little bit more crystalline. It might not be as perfect as it was when it was fresh, but it still is going to be a safe product. It just isn't maybe going to have those exact same qualities that it did before. So the next recipe that I wanted to show you guys is an ugly potato and carrot soup. So these ugly potatoes that I brought today, they're from a farmer. His name's Bjorn Solberg. He's based in Halstead, Minnesota, and he ends up with a whole bunch of these potatoes that don't look perfect, and most of those he donates to the Great Plains Food Bank, which is awesome. But wouldn't it be great if we were able to buy these in the grocery store and give them some of the love that they deserve? So all that I've done is I took these potatoes, some carrots, some onions, some garlic, and I just sauteed that all in a big stock pot like we did with the stock over here, and then just simmered that all together for about 30 minutes just until everything was softened. I also put in some salt, pepper, olive oil, and a little bit of thyme too. And basically all that needs to be done now is it just needs to be blended up. And I'm not sure if you want to do the honors, Lisa?
I do.
All right.
Okay,
So
let's see.
I'm just going to turn that on. There we go. And then we'll just turn it up. And you can just stir that around. And it looks like this isn't going to need any more liquid. Nope. There we go. And basically, you just want to blend it as much as to the consistency that you like it. So if you like a really smooth soup, these Vitamixes are awesome. It can become very, very
Ooh, I can smell that. Smells awesome.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Or it can be a little bit chunkier. Just
I like it
depending
a
on
little
how
chunkier.
Okay, well, and then I have one here if you guys want to take a taste. So this has the onions, carrots, everything that we put into the blender there, and then it just has a little bit of parsley sprinkled on top. So a mix of root vegetables, kind of comforting. It might be a little cold because it was in my car, but...
And what's this
No,
event
I
that's
still
coming
like
up?
it.
Oh yeah, and so we have a documentary coming up this Sunday at the Fargo Theater. It's called Wasted, the Story of Food Waste. So if you were interested in what you were hearing about today and you want to know what's happening all over the globe on this issue, it was produced by Anthony Bourdain. It features chefs doing amazing things with food. 2 o'clock at the Fargo Theater, free, open to everybody.
Delicious. That is some yummy, ugly food that we got there. All right, thank you so much, inspiring us to do better and not waste so much. Stay with us. We'll be